We got to know that we can do it, and we just got to do it, and we got to do it big in the beginning. I feel like people, they can write a book or they can open up a business, but they don't have the intention on day one that I'm going to be a big goddamn deal. And I feel like if you come into it like that day one, man, you unstoppable.
Hello, writers and readers. Welcome to Bookmark Live at Black Writers Weekend. We are at this incredible venue powered by Black Writers Weekend and the Riverside Epicenter. We're thrilled to have Candace Holyfield here as we celebrate and uplift the voices and stories of Black writers. I am Shamiko Reed, and let's get started.
I'm ready.
So, Candace, tell us a little bit more about yourself and how you got the name Six Figure Spot Chick.
Yeah, so I'm definitely a 2-time best-selling author. I got the name Six Figure Spot Chick because I made my first six figures off the app called Groupon. And so that's where the name Six Figures. When I got ready to make me a new Instagram page, I knew that my name alone had to drive me traffic. And so I took days trying to figure out what my name was going to be. And so that's how I came up with Six Figure Spot Chick.
Well, now tell us how you made this money on Groupon.
So I have an entire Groupon class that my articles have went viral from different magazines I've been in. I've been an ambassador for Groupon because I made so much money on the website. But how I made the money and what I teach in the class is my offer has to be better than anybody else's on the platform. And so it's a strategy that I teach when we're on a platform like that that's very competitive, and we have to stand out to make sure that people pick us and not our competition.
Okay, and so you have a spa.
14 years, 9-time award-winning spa owner.
Okay, 9-time award-winning spa. So you said you're a 2-time best-selling author. Mm-hmm. Tell us about the books you've written.
Yeah, so I actually have over 30-plus ebooks, and I got into a coaching program. My coach was like, you don't have any hard copy books? You don't have any books on Amazon? I was like, no, nobody never told me to do that. And this was years ago, and so that coaching program, they took some of the books I already had and made it into a hard copy book. So my first best-selling book is A to Z Marketing for Spa Pros. And then I did a lot of collaborate because I'm an influencer. I've done so many co-author projects. I'm the influencer on those projects because you needed to go to number one quickly as possible. And so that's how some other books became bestseller. And then I had another book called Spa Bible that really put me on the map.
I did see that on your website, the Spa Bible. So tell us a little bit about that one.
The Spa Bible is just me. So really who I am, I fill the gap for Black people in this spa space. So me writing these books, my coach made them more mainstream for anybody. But I'm like, I'm for the Black people. We don't have representation. We got to fill in the gap. And so I really wrote Spa Bible for Black people to see, hey, how do I build me a 7-figure spa? How do I come successful in this space? Because we had no leadership. We still rarely have leadership. But we really didn't have leadership back 10 years ago when I came up. And so the Spa Bible is I call it spa laws, and it's laws that we are supposed to run our business by to make sure we are operating a successful spa.
Okay. And so how did you get into the spa business?
I actually was a massage therapist first, and then when I got into massage, all of my clients was rich. They had more money than me. Their houses was bigger than mine. Their cars looked better than mine, and I quickly said, it's something that I don't know. And I got to a space where I just started studying my clients, and I saw that a lot of them made money from their mind and not their hands. And I was making all my money from my hands, and it'd take me forever to get to $1 million doing massages, which I did do it. I did build me a 7-figure spa. But once I really tapped into my other talents, that really kind of took me over to the next level. So I just started out as a massage therapist, and then it grew to what everybody see right now, which is the brand, a founder of the largest Black spa community, and everything that everybody see now. But that was 14 years ago. But just a massage therapist. Went to school one day for nursing, and I was like, I'm broke. I cannot be in nobody's school for 4 years. I need some money yesterday. And then they told me about the massage program, and I just went ahead and took that one.
That's amazing. I know you said that you have come to Black Writers Weekend before, and this is the first year you decided to clear your schedule so that you can attend the classes. Mm-hmm. How are you feeling about speaking at Black Writers Weekend this year?
So I've actually spoke, I think it's my 3rd time. So I normally always speak or be a part But I never get a chance to go to the class because I have a lot of speaking engagement and other things going on. So this weekend I was like, I want to fully participate because I want to do more things as an author. And so I cleared my schedule, just went to a class. Ari the Poet, it was phenomenal. Like I wrote a book in 5 minutes. I just wrote a book out my own head. Don't chat GPT in 5 minutes, things that I wasn't even thinking about, that could be a book. And the way she just taught that class, it was amazing. So that was just the first class. But I'm gonna go to as many classes as I can.
Okay, and so this is your third time speaking here at Black Writers Weekend. What made you decide to get involved the first time?
I came to one event, and I just saw Tamika's passion for this project and her passion for just bringing awareness and raising money. And I'm a real big community service leader. I'm for the people. And I came the first time, I was like, anything you need. It's probably my 4th time doing a project with her. And I was like, anything you need, just let me know. So when she called, I always say yes, no matter what I got going on.
Amen to that. Mm-hmm. So tell me more about Bitter plus Broke equals Boss.
Oh, my gosh. So that's my book. I tell the people who don't know me or if you discover me, I always, how people like, who do you want to give your success to? I give it to my baby daddies. They all left me high and dry, every last one of them. And so I was bitter. I was like one of those real bitter baby moms. Like, I can't believe this happened to me. I can't believe they not taking care of the kids. These are men that I knew for years and my whole life. And I was bitter, I was angry, I was mad, I was hurt. And I had to take all of that and turn it in, and I just put everything I had into my business, and I became a boss. And I remember I used to pray to God and say, God, please just change my baby daddy's hearts. Please let them help me. And they never would. It never happened. So I changed my prayer. I said, God, just make me a boss. Make me to be in a position where my business is so successful, I don't need my baby daddies. And that's really what he did for me. And that's how I became a boss. And so that book is a book. I think I went from like 0 to like 10K month. The book is old, but it's one of my good books too. And I just told some personal stories, and then I told some strategies of how I went from 0, nothing, to like my first 10K months. As a new baby mom, thinking the baby daddy gonna help me, and no help, and starting all over pretty much from 0 with a new baby. Well, I had 3 kids at that time when I wrote that book.
That's amazing. Mm-hmm. I only have 1, and I be struggling. So to have 3 and then go from 0 to having a 10K month is amazing. And like you said, you also had that skill set, doing massages, and getting in the spa business.
My new book, I'm teaching people how I make $1 million, how I make millions of dollars. That's a new book I'm gonna launch in September.
Okay, in September. Mm-hmm. So what's been your favorite part, since it's not your first year, of Black Writers Weekend?
I would definitely say meeting the people. Meet beautiful people like you. The class I just went to, like, meeting people that you never knew existed, and they got all these talents and these gifts, and everybody just openly and sharing with us, and people was writing and reading what they wrote, and I'm like, I just would have never thought about that. And I would say just the experience to meet all these people and see so many wonderful people with gifts and talents, and to be able to share space with those people outside. Because once the weekend over, it's over. But that don't mean the people we met, our relationships are not over. So that's my best feeling so far from just being a part of it. And then seeing so many Black authors and so many Black people who do different things that many of us don't know about, and we need to know more about these type of things.
Absolutely, I agree, because just getting in the room with people and learning what they do. I used to teach middle school, and for me, I think exposure is a big deal. It's like, this kid that keeps crashing through the seats in the classroom, you need to know about being a stunt person. Mm-hmm. You need to know that that's a career field for you. I don't need to be making you focus on math, because you might not need that other than count your money. But you need to know that there are opportunities for you to use your body to make work, So I agree. It's definitely a wonderful experience to get to know and meet so many different people and learn their experiences. You're going to be speaking at Take Care of You. Mm-hmm. How do you take care of yourself?
And so it was so ironic. The first class I went to, I know this ain't nothing but God. I know it ain't nothing but God. Because the first class I went to, the exercise she made us do was recipe for self-care. And so we had to write down ingredients that we believe is a part of self-care. And so one of the things that I wrote down was forgiveness. And I said that forgiveness is an underused tool.
Ooh.
And, yeah. We have Black Writers Weekend, baby. And I was just like, forgiveness is an underused tool. And we have to forgive ourselves to even start our healing journey. Like people, and everybody do self-care in different forms, but I think I lost $1.2 million last year. And I blamed everybody except for myself. You know, when something happened, we want to start blaming people. And it took my therapist to say, Candace, what accountability, what part did you play in this? Okay, other people did do things, but what did you do? And so I just forgiving myself, forgiving my baby daddies, forgiving other people that I feel like hurt me. I think that's a huge part of my self-care. It's making me a better person. I'm more focused. I'm more clear. I'm not letting those things, people and places hold me hostage so I can't get to my next level because my brain. So in the book, I talk about that, how I couldn't think straight because I was so mad at my baby daddies. When I lost the $1.2 million, I was so mad at my old friends and people at my company, and it just held me hostage for so long. And once I just freed myself from that, like it's like the heavens just opened up for me. And so that's part of my self-care, is not fogging up my brain with things that are stopping me from a beautiful life and a beautiful being and a beautiful experience.
I'm going to have to put that one on my list, okay? Forgiveness.
Forgiveness.
As a form of self-care.
Mm-hmm.
Because you are so right about that.
Mm-hmm.
It can take up a lot of space in your body and your mind.
Mm-hmm.
And it stops the flow of creativity, and it stops your ability to continue to live and enjoy life.
It holds you hostage.
Yeah.
But people don't think about it like that.
And I also heard you say your therapist had to jumpstart that thought for you.
Baby, let me tell y'all something. I was so messed up out of that 1.2. I had made millions of dollars for so long and so much money for so long. I never saw myself not making it. So when I lost that money, I'm just like, I was so mad at God. I'm like, what you doing? I take care of everybody. I give back. I do this. I do that. That didn't have nothing to do with it. Because he forgave me, I got to forgive other people. Because I'm on my third life, by the way. So if he gave me another chance, I got to deal with other people, but I got to forgive them and move on. So, all of that plays a part in who we are and what we do. But I was so angry at God. I was so angry at myself. I was just angry at everybody. And I was a mad woman. And so I had to get a therapist to really just get me together, because I don't know what I would have did, seriously. I probably would be dead or in jail, one of the two.
Well, thank God for therapy.
Yes, thank God for therapy.
Thank God for therapy. No, I mean, I too am in therapy, and it's a lot of people who are alive today because that resource is available. So I agree with you there. And so tell me a little bit more about, you said you wrote a book in 5 minutes just based off that one workshop today. Mm-hmm. And you had been writing ebooks for a long time before having a physical book. What made you write your first ebook?
So I wrote my first ebook. My wealth coach, her name is Donnell Winningham. At that time, this was probably 10 years ago, I was broke. I didn't have any money, and I used to just be seeing her talk. I didn't have the money to pay her for her program, but I would listen. And what she would tell us to do for free, I would do it. And I remember when I wrote my first ebook, I didn't even have a computer. And I remember I said, I think I had a computer, but it quit working or something, so I couldn't write the book. I had to borrow a friend of mine's computer to write the book. And I remember from that day, I said, as long as I got a computer, I can make some money. Because I was like, as long as I can write an ebook, I can make some money. And that's how I ended up getting 30 ebooks. I took every little thing I know, and I put it in an ebook. And back then, I didn't know any better because I was just a massage therapist, so I didn't know about Shopify and Stan Store and, all the things we got. I had to individually email every person my ebook as they ordered, because I didn't even have a system yet. I didn't make it that far in business yet. I didn't know. And so I remember my wealth coach back then, she was like, you need 30 things in your store. So I'm like, damn, how am I going to write 30 ebooks? And I started off just writing one. I wrote the ebook, and then I had an event, broke. I don't even know how I did the event, but I wrote the ebook. It was called Build a Spot, They Will Come. And it was my ebook. It was like my book for the event I was about to have. And I had the event. It was a success. And I remember the last day of the event just crying my eyes out because I had to leave the hotel that I had the event in and go back to my regular life. And I remember just crying so bad. And I just wrote ebook after ebook. And I made my first 6 figures from digital from ebooks on social media from my 6 Figure Spot Chick page.
I'm just listening to you, and I'm thinking about how sometimes we take for granted what knowledge we have. Mm-hmm. Because you said you were individually emailing people your ebook. Mm-hmm. And here it is. I've taken courses. I know how to do it, and I still haven't written the book. And so you was like, okay, well, if I write it, they will buy. Mm-hmm. Okay. And so if you build the spa, they will come.
That was my first ebook.
How was that experience for you? What type of feedback did you get from your readers, and how did that go into your next book?
I got great feedback because, again, we had no leadership. We had nobody standing in the gap for us, teaching us anything when it came to the spa space. It's a very other ethnic background dominated space. So black people was never even counted in the beginning. Like, I came in there and just started knocking down doors. I tell you about I'm a freedom fighter, okay? I just look like this, y'all, but I'm a real freedom fighter. So I got great feedback from it. And once I kind of really started getting money, you know, other people was writing the ebooks for me, and they look good. But then, girl, it look any type of way. I didn't care. I'd be up at 3 o'clock at night writing the ebook, throwing it up there, selling it, misspelled words. It don't look pretty. But the information inside was so good, and it was so needed that it still sold. So now if I do an ebook, you know, it's going to be beautiful. I'm going to make sure I got a copyright. I'm going to make sure somebody read over it and make sure it's spell checked. But before, I ain't do none of that. And then my second ebook, I got such good feedback from the first event. Every time I write a book, I have a class or an ebook. And then I just started writing. Because remember, she told me I need 30 books. So I just started breaking every little thing I know down, putting it in. Some of my ebooks will be like 3 pages. They weren't long. So I just did an ebook on literally every single thing I knew about spa. I turned it into an ebook, and that's how I made the 6 figures.
So how did you come to learn everything that you learned about spas?
No, the trial and error. So I never had a spa coach. Of course, once I started making money, you know, I got coaches, but they wasn't in spa space. Even right now in 2024, it's not a lot of black spa coaches in that spa space. So I got coaches, but it wasn't in spa at all. And they still not there.
And so you said when you first started, you were noticing that your clients had bigger homes, better cars, all of this. Were you an in-home therapist?
So I always had a spa since day one.
Okay.
My spa business is actually called I Love Candy Spa. My name is Candy, so it originally started with just for kids.
Okay.
Because I felt like, again, I got to do things that other people not doing. Anybody listening to kids space is a $1 trillion industry. So I just started with kids, and I was mobile when I first started because when you in school, it's against the law to charge for massages. So I could not charge anybody for a massage. So I just started doing kids spa parties where they get their nails painted, little stuff like that. And then once I got my license, I had a space, and then I was charging people. But no, I just went to a lot of people's home. Even in Atlanta, I massage everybody in Atlanta. Any celebrity y'all can think about, I've been to their house. I've been to their second house. I've been to all their houses. They have multiple houses. I massage all of them. I sign NDAs. So, you know, I don't want them to think I'm going to tell their business. Because you in somebody's personal space, and, you know, they in meetings. They on the phone. People at their house. So I massage all of the who's over. I massage over 15,000 people. I've been in spa for 14 years. And I'm a championship workhorse. So I used to work myself to the core all day and night because that's all I knew how to do. I didn't know how to do anything else. I didn't know how to tap into my feminine energy how I do now.
So you said you started off doing kids with I Love Candy, and that's still the name of your spa.
That's still my LLC to this day.
Now, how did you transition from doing kids to doing celebrities?
So when I used to do spa parties, all the adults used to want the services. So I'm like, we can't try to do kids and adults. It's too much. And so I quit doing kids altogether, and I only started doing adults. And so when I started doing adults, I made in my mind right then and there, I want to work with, like, celebrities. I want to work with people who got money. And I was from Memphis, Tennessee. So at that time, like, all of our big mega churches, you know, I would be doing people from the mega churches, and they would buy gift cards for the pastors. And I was doing kind of things like that. And then I started traveling with my spa business. So I've been doing Essence for 10 years. So I started traveling to different events where our new celebrities would be, BET weekend, and I would just go with my spa and do like a spa lounge. I still do that to this day. We just did Essence last month, and that's really how I started working with my celebrities, because I would take my business where they would be, and most people would not turn down a massage.
That's true.
Most people won't.
Events that I go to, if it's a massage therapist there, I'm going to sign up and get one.
Mm-hmm.
So that was definitely an excellent choice to transition into massage therapy when you decided nursing school was going to be too long.
Yeah. I would have did nursing. I just didn't have the time.
Understood.
I needed the money. So that's how, I was like, and I hadn't never had a massage before I went to school.
Really?
And now I don't see how people live without them. That's another thing that at that time, nobody was filling in the gap for us to do self-care, for us to get massages and get facials. And now we got IV hydration. Nobody was filling up. People back then, you got a massage, you got your body done. Like now we know getting your body done is a big, big deal. But back 15 years ago, getting your body done was a secret. Like people didn't know you had got your body done. They just thought you. And so those were the girls who was getting massages back 15 years ago. But now, it's a thing to go get you a massage or a facial or go to the spa.
So what's been your favorite writing project thus far?
My favorite, I would say, I have a business credit ebook. The only reason it's my favorite is because of the impact that it has on the people that get the ebook and take the course. People who don't know me, I put probably over $100 million in funding in Black spa pros' pockets, Black entrepreneurs' pockets. That's probably, I have a lot of achievement, but that one is super important to me because as entrepreneurs, people are not talking enough about the funding and the capital and grants. And so we try to do everything out of our own purse and out of our own pocket. And oftentimes it delays our success because there's just not enough money to go around to do what we need to do to really get the business where we need it to be. So that business credit, like that's a big, big deal. And I'm going to always talk about that as long as I'm alive because that's really a game changer for entrepreneurs. As long as they actually get the money and flip it, it's a game changer. It definitely changed the game for me.
That's what's up. I think I went to school for business management, and I have seen firsthand what it's like when people are funding out of pocket and not able to access the resources they need to grow the brands and the projects and all of the wonderful things they are working on for people. So I can understand why that is your favorite project that you've worked on because it's just continuing to fuel your community. Mm-hmm. And so what's next for you?
So I'm super excited. I created a web series called Spa Tank. It's like Shark Tank, but it's for spa professionals, beauty professionals to come in, pitch their business, and hopefully get an investor or some mentorship or some money. So we filmed their project. We did like a private screening. So once I do the only Black Spa Expo in the world. That's in September. So once we do that, I really want to focus on just getting more funding, more investments, so Black spa pros, Black entrepreneurs can really have the same success as our peers and as other people. Because I feel like the only reason that we don't have the success is lack of knowledge and lack of execution. It's nothing else. So if we don't know, we can't do it. And then once we do know, we decide not to do it. That's the person's fault. So definitely Spa Tank, getting more sharks to listen to these business owners and be willing to give them some money. I know we just gave away $5,000 at a big event. We're giving away another $5,000 in September. To somebody just to, like a business scholarship to go towards their business. So I'm really going to be big on the Spa Tank. And then my new book is coming out, The 7-Figure Loss, 7 Lessons Learned. So that's a new book that I'm going to drop on September 13th.
7-Figure Loss. So that's about your year last year and how you had to take accountability, forgive yourself, and forgive others. Okay, and so tell me more about this Spa Expo, the only Black Spa Expo for Black people.
Yeah, so it's the only one in the world. It's a big deal. It's near and dear to my heart. We do it every year, and we give out awards. I have my Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award for the community service work that I do, so we're giving out Presidential Lifetime Achievement Awards. We induct people into the Spa Hall of Fame. This year we're inducting Yanni from Love and Hip Hop, because she has a skincare line that's doing amazing, and she really does do community service work. So we always have like celebrities and influencers be a part of the event so people can actually reach people that they normally cannot reach. And we do a full day of education as well, everything from Facebook ads, business operations, grants, government contracts, email marketing, how to get clients, retention. We do skill set. And so it's a whole 3-day conference, and it's geared towards Black spa pros.
That's amazing.
I be trying.
That's amazing, yes, because I would have never known any of this existed if I didn't come and meet you today.
This is why we got to come to the Black Writers Weekend.
Exactly. Black Writers Weekend is about more than writing. You learn so much here. Mm-hmm. And this is my first time, so thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Hope to see you next year.
Hopefully, yes.
Yes.
I'm enjoying myself. I'm getting to meet a lot of people. Just like you said, it's a beautiful experience. You get to meet people, you learn new things. And so I'm enjoying it. I really enjoyed talking to you today.
Thank you.
Is there anything before we wrap up that you would really like to say that's on your heart or, you know, get out there about this weekend, about your business, about you?
One thing that I would like to say to everybody that's listening or you come across this is, man, we got to just do it. Like, we got to know that we can do it. And we just got to do it. And we got to do it big in the beginning. I feel like people, they can write a book or they can open up a business, but they don't have the intention on day one that I'm going to be a big goddamn deal. And I feel like if you come into it like that day one, man, you unstoppable. And I feel like people just don't operate from that space. And that's just a space I've always operated from day one. It can take some people longer than others, but if you already got that mindset, you unstoppable. And then number two is anybody, I don't care if you're an author, whoever you are, and you got your business, it got to be legalized and you get your funding and your capital. Because these other races, they get a lot of funding, they get a lot of capital, and here we are, we always get the short end of the stick. And it's really because we don't have our paperwork in order. And so I want us to really have our paperwork in order so we can be in position to get what we want and need before we even need it. So when we need it, it's easy for us to get it. That's what I got for y'all.
No, that makes sense. That makes a whole lot of sense because if you start right, you don't have to get right. Or like they say, Fabulous said, I heard if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
Exactly.
Well, thank you, Candace, for joining me today and just taking the time to tell me more about yourself and everything you've done and your history with Black Writers Weekend. I'm going to wrap up now. Okay. Thank you to our amazing sponsors and partners, Afros and Audio, Ike Ocean, Amazon KDP, All Americans Vote, Delphine Legacy Media, and Riverside Epicenter. Your support makes this event possible. Don't forget to follow us on social media at Black Writers Weekend and join the conversation using the hashtag BWWBookmarked on social. Thank you and enjoy the rest of the weekend.